being young is an asset.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like a lot of the young people just don't realize this.
Yeah.
But, like, just the fact that you are Gen Z, you're so young, like, people will give you opportunities because of literally just that.
I've seen so much about this recently on TikTok. Just post the content. Like, just post 3 times a day. Like, you can post 10 times a day, every single day. But if it's not authentic and nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Totally.
As being like young and as being Gen Z, we are often like the target consumer for a lot of these founders, and we hold so much power to them because we are like the keys to their success and understanding for their marketing, for their distribution. There's a lot of respect that comes with what you do.
Everybody will talk about you until it actually is successful and you actually are making more money than them, sitting in your room filming content. And then it's jealousy, and then they're asking for a PlayKit referral because they want to do what you're doing.
Is there anything you can touch on around like how being in a relationship affects your content creation career?
If this is something that excites you, then your partner should be even more excited about it. So I think
Anna, thank you for coming on the podcast. Super
Thank you for having
excited
me.
to talk to you today. For those that don't know, Anna is our full-time head strategist. You could argue that Anna is responsible for 10s, 20, maybe viral app growths out there behind much of the strategy that you see on TikTok. If you've seen a TikTok video promoting an app, Anna's mind was probably behind it.
It was probably Anna.
So she is a powerful lady with that TikTok strategy, and we are so grateful to have you at PlayKit and so excited to have you on the podcast. Gonna be a fun conversation today, but before we get into it, let's play our game. Do you use TikTok or Instagram more?
TikTok.
Okay, take out your
I
TikTok.
don't use Instagram.
Same.
Okay. And I want to also touch on the fact that Anna is an influencer.
Yes.
She is an influencer. 17.7
She does it all.
K followers on TikTok on her crochet account. And on YouTube, 93.5 K
We're almost there, y'all.
subscribers. You're
Everybody
cooking.
subscribe.
You're absolutely
Everybody
cooking.
subscribe. Everybody subscribe.
Okay, super
Okay. So what am I doing? I'm just going
Okay,
through.
TikTok for you page. You gotta just hand it over.
cool. Is this your crochet TikTok or is this your
Yeah, this is like my main. I don't
This is
have
like
This,
where
okay, you don't
this
have like
is my
okay,
main,
this
yeah.
is your main.
Okay, first we have this cat True moment. I think this is an account I follow. They actually have 0 likes on this. So I don't.
Wait, I want to see. I want to see.
Oh yeah, here, let
Yeah.
us scroll through.
Yeah.
Let us scroll through.
Yeah, you guys
Wait.
can go. You guys.
Okay. So we're starting off strong.
I think I follow
Cats are eating snacks. That's really cute. You have cats.
That is adorable.
My parents have a cat.
Okay, you're gonna move soon. Are you the cat staying there?
Yeah, it's not my cat. Actually, it's like really funny, the cat situation with my parents. We've had multiple cats that I've just kind of dumped on them and then like left.
Aw.
Like cats that we just save from like a gutter, and like it can't be brought into fully a home. Like it's like a barn cat type situation. So they
Okay.
just like let them in and out. But like it's happened 3 times. So
Yeah, I
our
feel like
latest
every time
one
I
is
talk to you, you're like, yeah, I
Teddy,
found this cat.
and they're all black cats. They have to be black cat. Like it's just like some affinity for them. So yeah, but no cats for me.
Hot take, I think cats are evil. I don't know.
That's not a, see that's like it's not a hot take.
Dude.
That's like what everybody
That's the take.
loves to say.
But
Cats
I think
are
that's
wonderful.
like speciesism.
Dude, there was like some sort of study I saw where they like did an MRI of a cat's brain, and it was like similar to like the MRI of a serial killer.
You know,
know.
they do say that like dogs, if you die in your home with a dog, your dog will starve like with you, with your dead body. A cat is gonna eat you.
Ew.
But like
Honestly,
my
respect
cat
them.
can do it. Like,
okay, hustler.
yeah.
Okay,
I
grind
would
set.
want, like what are you gonna do with my body? I'd want my cat to have that.
What the fuck?
I'd rather that happen than my cat die.
Ew, that's really gross, and I'm not.
No, it's
don't wanna do
awful,
that.
but like, so like that. I just gave you some like evidence.
Cats.
Cats.
Okay, and now, oh, this is so sweet, Anna.
Wait, I want to see these.
The yarn versus the beautiful
Crochet.
top.
Yeah, that's one of my mutuals. Love her. Everybody
Okay,
go.
so you're super into crochet. How long have you
Huge.
been doing that?
this started in COVID.
Okay.
It was just like a little passion project, and then I made these like sleeves, like a bolero
Oh,
crochet
cute.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Which so many people wanted a tutorial on TikTok for it. And so I was like, fine, I'll make like a YouTube video. I made it on my phone. Like I had a cardboard like trifold board that I cut a hole and like put my phone on top of it, and then had like some random like ring light that I used as my lighting, and it has like 5 million views on YouTube.
Was that your first video ever?
It was my second video ever.
No way.
My first one was like, I made like a Phoebe Bridgers crochet top,
Wait,
but like
so
it
cute.
blew up.
What is a
Holy
Phoebe Bridgers
shit.
crochet top?
It's like a crochet top that looks like her album cover.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so like that's where I started. That was actually the first YouTube.
All right, let's see what else we got. A Geico commercial. Thanks, Geico.
Classic.
Oh, another cat. Morning stretches. 2 black cats.
The black cats. I'm telling you.
Wow, you love cats.
I do love cats.
Okay. Oh, and a video from Nick. Can't believe this is happening. Wait, what is this?
You didn't see this video?
No.
It was just me being all grateful and emotional.
Aww. I'm gonna
Full
like
circle. Thanks.
Yeah,
Leave a nice little comment while you're there.
it. Okay, I love it. I love it. Great. Great for you, Paige. Great for you, Paige.
Okay, so cats, crochet.
Wholesome. Very, very wholesome.
Is that pretty much the identity you would say?
I think so. I was expecting some like fashion fit check stuff.
Okay, you do a lot of those.
I love my fashion, my outfits.
Hell
Because
yeah,
you like
hell yeah.
thrift flip a lot, I feel.
I do.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by you.
Yeah, I love sewing. That's another. I like love all the little grandma
I love
hobbies.
that. I feel like that's
Reading,
making a comeback right now.
baking. I love sourdough.
Mm.
There's just
Oh.
all the grandma things. I want to learn how to knit. That's next.
That's
tuned.
honestly kind of a interesting dichotomy where it's like you are a digital content creator, super like future, but you love like all these like
Going back to my roots.
old school hobbies.
That's actually a great point.
Do you think
Like-
it balances it out?
Maybe it does. Like, and also being able to bring something like crochet, which has been done for thousands of years, onto YouTube, like onto social media, and posting
Yeah.
TikToks about it. And like, I'm not building a movement, but like, I feel like I am like bringing younger people to crochet, people
Totally.
like young girls who
Yeah.
would never really want to crochet, but like you can make actually cute things that
Oh,
you
it's
want to
so
wear.
cute. You make the cute
And
stuff.
also for a lot cheaper than going to someone who's crocheting this. So
Totally.
yeah, I think there's like bringing the old stuff into the new stuff. for
Making
sure.
crochet cool in 2025.
Yep,
That's
my goal. Resolution.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm looking at your YouTube channel right now. You actually don't have a lot of videos.
I don't. I took a big break. Like during college, I really only posted a few. Most of my videos were done either during a summer break or during high school. And then
Okay.
I've recently gone back on it because I just missed it and love doing it. But yeah, I
Wow.
actually don't have very many.
Which is actually insane because you have almost 100K followers.
And
Wow.
honestly, like a lot of it came from that one video. That went
Wow.
viral. And I still get, like I just got comments on it recently. Like I'm always getting comments. And that's the thing with this kind of content. It's not like a vlog that people are only watching during this 1 month period. That video is from 3
3
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah. And it's still getting hundreds of thousands of views.
It's evergreen.
like, yeah. So like tutorial stuff like that.
That's good.
That's actually really
It's great.
interesting.
That's smart.
And like makes passive income. Like I was getting paid all of my like going out or like grocery money during college. I wasn't posting at all. It's all just old passive income from
Wow.
high school YouTube videos, which is crazy.
That's really interesting.
Goals. So you really only got into content creation because you thought it'd be cool to share how you do.
Yeah, it was like definitely not I'm gonna make revenue
Money.
from this.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
even know.
At all.
You're just like,
I wasn't even old enough to make money on YouTube when I first started
No
posting on
way.
YouTube. Like
Is
I
there
had
an
to
age
wait.
restriction?
I think you have to be 18. I wasn't
Oh.
18. So I had to wait to even be able to monetize my
Oh,
channel. So like
wow.
it very much was just like look at this cute thing I made and started out from not cute things being made. Like I was so bad at it, but just learning it and posting about the journey and showing like cute things that I made that are inspired by what's already trending. And, I think that's like kind of how it went for me.
Yeah. So did
Blossomed.
you obviously started, you had a following. You were like, okay, this is like, I can make money here. When you were in high school, when you were in college, were you like, okay, I always want to do something in social media and marketing? Or were you like exploring other avenues?
It's actually like such a great question because no, not at all. I went to college for computer engineering. Like I was a computer engineering major.
You're gonna be a computer software
I
engineer.
was going to be computer engineering and math double major. That
What
was my
the
like
hell?
that was My career path. My
What?
brother is a software engineer and my dad is a retired computer engineer. Like that kind of was just always the path. I took a ton of computer engineering, like development classes.
Hannah could be
in
our
high
dev.
school.
Okay, wait. So real quick, for those that don't know, computer engineering versus like software engineering, is it the same thing or a little different?
No, computer engineering is like, I was going into computer engineering, which is more like hardware.
Gotcha.
You still
Got it.
have to know
Hardware.
coding and stuff.
Okay.
But it's not just coding. But yeah, so that was, I went
That's
to
crazy.
college as a computer engineering major.
Wow.
And
The girl who can do it
lasted
all.
a semester.
Dude,
A whole semester.
What was the class? What was the class that you're like, fuck
It was
this?
Intro to Programming in C.
Okay.
And it wasn't off. Like, I could do it. And
Yeah.
I could do it. And I got good grades. Like, I could do it. But I literally, what happened is there's this girl on TikTok who I follow. And she started posting about like being an advertising major, and she showed like her portfolio. I think she was a senior, and she showed her portfolio, and I remember seeing that. I was on winter break after my first semester, and I was like, I literally just started crying because I was like, I wish I could do that. And then I was like, wait,
I can
like
do
why
that.
not?
when did anyone ever say that I couldn't? Like, it's not like my parents like told me
So
I had to do
true.
this.
Right.
Nobody told me that I had to follow this path, but I was like, so that's just like, that's what my brother did. He loved it. My brother is the smartest person I've ever met in my life, and he like codes things for fun. Like, he gets off of work. He works at Apple. He gets off of work and he goes home and codes and like makes programs to do things. Like,
He actually
that's
enjoys it.
how
Yeah.
his brain
Yeah.
works. That's how my dad's brain work. And so I like, okay, it's like, obviously it's my turn next, right?
Yeah.
But like, my brain doesn't work that way, and like
Totally.
that's not interesting to me. And so yeah, I literally just saw this girl like in this field that makes so much more sense for me and is so much more aligned with what I'm interested in, and I was like, I can actually do that myself if I want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I like sat my family down and
Aw.
I just started sobbing. I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And they're like, okay, that's okay.
They're like, that's fine. You're like coming out.
Yeah, no, literally. Like, it was, I think it was the day before Christmas or something. I was
Aw.
like, they're like, that's fine. You can do that.
Like,
and
cool.
so,
I know.
yeah, I
Nice.
switched. And this is also side note, but another, like, we were talking about this earlier off the podcast, but like, I love finding any little niche, like hobby or any career path. I've looked into it. So all of high school, really starting, I think literally when I was like 14 or 13, I did product photography for brands.
Oh,
so like I've
cool.
worked with so many different like skincare brands, and I had a whole like photography business where I did like marketing, and I was literally like sitting in these, nobody knew my age, by the way, but I was sitting in these like marketing meetings with 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and I'm literally like 14 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like giving me like adult, like a 1099, and I'm like,
You're like,
I don't
what
know my
is
social
that?
security.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, like, am I allowed to give this out? Like,
Yeah.
like, it's so funny. I had a picture in Vogue. Like, I was 14 years old,
You're
and
lying.
like
What?
You're lying.
all of this happened, and like clearly I am meant to be in the social media marketing path.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having meetings with celebrities, like Zoom calls with celebrities at the age of 16, and then I'm like, computer engineering.
Yeah.
Dude,
Nah,
what?
computer engineering. Like, that makes sense. So, like, the writing was on the wall. I don't know why I was so stubborn on that. I think, to me, like, it just was in my brain that that's the path I should go down. But we ended up where we were supposed to be.
Here you
thankfully.
are. Here you are.
Like-
I think that's something that's super interesting, though, is like, I feel like a lot of kids, they are super narrow-sighted. Like, they'll get this one idea, and they're like, that's what I got to do. I have no
Yeah.
choice. It's either because of my parents or because I saw a video or whatever. But to be honest, I feel like most of the time people change their major anyway.
Oh, for
definitely.
sure.
You know, and it's so,
Yeah.
so common, more than you think.
Or even if you change your major or don't change your major, you might do something that has nothing to do with your major.
Yeah. So many people graduate with a major that they're not using at all.
I
That's
was
so common.
psychology. I mean, I guess I use that, but like, I'm not a therapist.
Yeah. Like,
obviously.
there's so many different routes you can take. Like, just having a college education is more important than like what you majored in, I think.
Yeah,
And even
yeah.
that isn't really necessary these days. But yeah, I think also like I went to a STEM school, so that was also kind of like, I was just kind of, that's the route that I was taken, and surrounded by people who are geniuses and computer engineering, computer science. Like, I think it's just the environment.
Yeah.
And like even doing such deeply ingrained marketing things on my own. I still like didn't connect that could actually
be a career,
a job.
That is so interesting. Okay, so you had the switch and you're like, Mom and Dad, I need to sit you down.
Oh yeah.
And then what was that like for you next steps? Where you changed your major?
Yeah, so
Did you stay in the same school?
Yeah,
okay.
I went to Clemson, so I stayed at Clemson, and I switched to marketing as my major and then brand communications as a minor. And yeah, I switched into that immediately and was just like, yeah, this is so much better. Like I was having mental breakdowns with all this coding stuff. Like it's just, I don't enjoy it. Like, and I would see my brother who like does this for fun, and I felt so like, stupid and like, what is wrong with me? Why do I don't enjoy this? I dread it. But yeah.
Okay, and so what year was that when you switched?
So
that was your first semester.
Yeah, it was 2022, my first semester.
Okay. And then after that, you were like, okay, I want to find a marketing job. I want to work in social media.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess like we can get into how I found my PlayKit job, how I found you guys.
Well, let's go even before that. Like, were you already posting on TikTok when you did the YouTube thing?
Yeah. So you mean like when I started my channel?
Yeah, just like on TikTok. So you started them at the same time.
It all started actually with TikTok. I think my TikTok account actually started as a book account.
Aww.
Like I was posting like cute books. I have this weird thing about books. Like I like collecting books and I don't read physical books. I like listen to audiobooks and read ebooks.
Respect.
I'm like trying to get rid of my books now because I don't need that many hardcover books. But yeah, I started posting crochet stuff and then people were asking for tutorials, and the best way to give a tutorial is long form. So it kind of blossomed from there.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as far as like how we got here, where we are today. So I obviously had a bit of a social media following. Can I say like Locket? Like, can I call Locket?
Yeah. Go for it. It's
okay. So I obviously had a social media following, not big at all. I was very much a micro influencer. I still am. But I got approached by Locket, which is like, I'm sure
they're like OG,
big social media. Yeah. Like
UGC ambassador.
You send a picture of yourself to someone else's lock screen. It's cute, whatever. And they wanted me to do just like a sponsored post on my account for a couple $100
on the crochet account.
Yeah. Yeah. It was super. I was doing at that point, I was doing a lot of like fit check stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to do, I think, sharing fit checks with people from 1,000 miles away, stuff like that.
Okay.
So it kind of fit in, but I was like, "You're gonna pay me $200?" Like
sure.
I'd never gotten a sponsorship of any sort.
So this was your first deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And they're gonna send me $200, and I don't even have to. They were at that point. I think the rules were so relaxed. I just had to post it. Like I don't even know that they reviewed it. So, of course, I'm gonna do that. So I did that, and then I think they started doing like kind of an ambassador program, and then so I started posting for Locket, and then Julia found my Locket account, reached out, and then I started doing work for Flownote, the note-taking app, and then that's kind of around the time that PlayKit was becoming. And
yes.
Then I think I just slowly started, I'm trying to remember how it actually became the strategist role. I think you had me like make a playbook for someone at one point and just kind of see how it went. And I did that, and then I was obviously a creator making UGC videos, and then it just kind of like I would do revamps on different campaigns, and this is all while I'm a full-time student
in
too.
School.
So that was a lot for sure, and like balancing that. So I definitely was not fully like locked in on PlayKit, but yeah, I think it just kind of turned into owning all of the strategy
very
across
quickly,
all of our campaigns.
I mean, it's kind of amazing. Like you went from creator, obviously you were a creator for yourself for a while, and then very quickly we met. That was when I was like back in the trenches, and I was like just DMing any girl I saw on my For You page, like, "Do you want to make content for my AI note-taking app?" And honestly, I got a lot of yeses, and it worked out great.
Wait, why did you respond to that DM?
That was, I actually had the screenshot.
Okay.
I had the
yeah, I want to see it. Like, do you think if it was anybody else, like if it was a dude that reached out, would you have like responded the same?
Potentially. Like, I think at first I thought it was a scam, I think.
So
I think I
valid.
sent it to my boyfriend. I was like, is this a scam? I don't know.
Girl. So Anna and I met on TikTok DM. Nick and I met on Twitter DM. That's
Dude,
crazy.
What's
social
next?
media,
What's
man.
next?
Powerful.
What's next?
Yeah, so you just basically sent me this like, hey Anna, and then gave me just the rundown on what you're doing, and kind of I think you had your own account as inspiration
Flownote,
of what it
yeah.
would look like. And yeah, I remember we had a little quick call. I was in the Publix parking lot. And yeah, you're just like, it was so casual and so cool. And I had a little experience with the Locket stuff I'd done, but I didn't realize that this was really a thing.
Yeah.
And so you really kind of introduced me to that.
That was
broader.
like the beginning of it
Yeah.
from like the ecosystem of brands starting to do the UGC ambassador programs. Like I feel like that was kind of right at the start. Yeah, so then Flownote happened, you were Flownote.
Sorry, real
Yeah.
quick. Can you high level paraphrase just what the message was? I think it's really important for like brands or founders to kind of know how to approach a creator.
Yeah.
Oh, like literally like say.
Yeah, like what did Julia do
yeah.
that made you like
Yeah.
respond?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the message is, hey Anna, love the work you did with Locket. I run marketing at Flownote. Kind of just telling me like what it is. And saying that I'm a good fit, and then gave like the actual parameters of what the content is,
Okay.
how many posts a week, the pay, incentives, things like that, and that you already have like messaging that I could use. And then asked to set up a call, which I think is big. I think like if you had just said like send me your email, your number, like I would be a little more skeptical, but I think hopping on a call made me feel, and actually like talking to you, I was like, okay, maybe this girl is not scamming me.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things I got a good advice from when doing cold outreach is always leave with like a question or like a very clear call to action of what that person needs to do next, whether it's book a call or whatever it may be. So I think that helped a lot.
Definitely.
Did
the personal
I
touch was?
Did I give you my phone number or anything right away?
I think I want to say you asked for my email. You just said, "Are you interested?" And then I gave you my email, and then we connected there, and then we hopped on a call in the Publix parking lot.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious what you thought of me during the call.
No, I loved it. I think I'm trying to remember. I definitely like talked to my boyfriend at the time about it, and I was like, "She's like so like young and cool. Like this is so fun."
Okay.
No, I definitely remember. I was like, "She's so cute and fun. Like I'd love to work with her." I definitely remember. I think that's just such a unique thing about both of you guys is that you're obviously young and fun to talk to. Like I've never had a boss where I could sit down and have this kind of conversation and not feel like I have to be like prim and proper. So
Totally.
I think it helps. It goes a long way for sure. Just like you were asking me like about my life and about college and stuff, and it just felt like a conversation, which I think is huge.
I'm glad.
For
Sure. Yeah, it's so fun. I think it's so fun to be young and to make your own rules when you're, I don't know, hiring or working with clients or do whatever. It's like, I'm not prim and proper. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just trying to have fun. Let's all have fun together. That's always the goal.
No, I love it. And I think, I see the same thing. And now that I'm kind of in a slightly more managerial position where like there's people reporting to me in a way, like people talk to me as though I'm some like figure. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Has anyone said ma'am to you yet?
No.
Oh, I get the ma'am sometimes. And I'm like, me? Me?
Bro, I'm the same age.
Like, no, literally, like I'm talking to people who are older than me.
Yeah.
Dude, very true.
Like I'm managing moms, like
Yeah.
stay-at-home moms who are like doing this as a little side hustle. It's so strange that they're looking to me for guidance and asking me for advice on things. I'm like, it's so strange to like flip that switch of feeling like a kid, and anyone older than you have to look up to, and like what advice could I give you? I'm a little baby.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel that way.
How do you feel about that? Do you get the imposter syndrome?
Absolutely. I definitely do. I think it's gotten better as I've gotten more confident in what I do and just feel more comfortable with my role and what I do. But definitely, I mean, especially older people and, even just people like talking to a founder of a company who hasn't really done anything like this before, and they're asking me all these questions. I'm like, you're asking me? Like, it's just so weird. It's like, you own a company.
Yeah.
You own a company, you should know everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not true. But it's
so
so interesting that people come to me for advice. And there's definitely so much imposter syndrome in that. It's just like, I have things that you would want to hear about. It's just so, because I think we could also get into like a lot of what I do is just from me being on social media.
Totally.
I majored in marketing, but I don't think I had to. I didn't have to major in marketing or brand comm. What I did to do any of what I'm doing, like it's all just from me living on the internet and being chronically online and being Gen Z and being in that realm of the internet. Like that's where it comes from. So I think that leads to the imposter syndrome. Like I don't like, this is just natural. Like it's just what I do. I'm just on TikTok. I'm just making TikToks, you know? So I think it's so interesting when people who aren't in that realm ask advice and ask to explain things. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it sometimes, you know?
Yeah, no, I remind myself often that as being like young and as being Gen Z, we are often like the target consumer for a lot of these founders. And we hold so much power to them because we are like the keys to their success and understanding for their marketing, for their distribution. So they respect so much what we say. I remember at my first job at Avia, they would look to me so much and like ask for so much advice. And I'm like, I literally have no idea. But anything you say, they take it so seriously. And it meant so much to me. I think honestly that experience like shaped me to have confidence and like, you know, be able to talk to people who are older than me and like just figure shit out and feel confident with it. But no, it's like, yes, what you do works because you're chronically online, but you're also very smart and analytical and intentional, and all those things shine through when you talk to people and when you do your work. And there's a lot of respect that comes with what you do.
I think that's such a great point about like feeling heard. Like, and I think you guys do a great job. Like, you'll ask me my opinion on something, like which direction should we go, and then I give it and you're like, okay, let's do it. So like that's, I think the first time that happened, I'm sure I was like, wait, you
Sure.
you want to like think about that a little bit harder? I just like said something and we're doing it. Like I think that's another, like you do a great job of it. It makes you feel so much more confident when, especially when it does well.
Yeah.
It actually goes to plan. But yeah, I think feeling heard and feeling like, oh, people actually care what I have to say and think that I add value and actually can contribute something that they don't already know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I want to like broaden it out to many of the people who are listening and want to dive into content creation or dive into building something or just getting into startup world and having that autonomy over themselves. How do you feel like or what advice would you give to somebody going on that journey to kind of get over that hump of the imposter syndrome and just do the thing?
I mean, I think that's it, is just do the thing. You just have to, like, everybody starting anything, especially if there's people above you who you feel like have been doing it longer or just older than you, more wise and have more knowledge and experience, you're going to feel like you're not doing something right or you don't know as much. You're going to have imposter syndrome, but I think you literally just have to do it. And I think having a support system and having people who actually care and listen and are going to take your advice and at least just try things. It's obviously not going to work every time, but if people are willing to hear you out and listen, that helps so much. But yeah, I think just doing it, just posting, just seeing what works, just making something work, and then you have this proof to show people. And I think that's what it is. It's literally just doing it.
Yeah.
No doubt. I also want to reiterate, like, being young is an asset.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like a lot of young people just don't realize this.
Yeah.
But, like, just the fact that you are Gen Z, you're so young, like, people will give you opportunities because of literally just that. Like, I've literally gotten jobs because I just mentioned I'm Gen Z and they want, like, a Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
for sure.
please, like, lean into that for everybody that's trying to get a gig. Literally just mention, like, hey, I'm Gen Z, and, like, I would love to work for you. And they'll be like, fuck yeah.
It's like a buzzword.
It is a buzzword.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
but
especially,
it means so much.
1,000%. And especially if that's, like, their target demo. Like, because, like, I think a lot of, like, the older, like, founders of these companies that are targeting Gen Z, it's just, like, the Wild West for them. They don't understand, like, why something is trending, why something is cool. They don't understand the lingo. And it's just so hard to, like, understand all that context so quick. But to the Gen Z, they just know. They just get it. It just clicks.
Yeah. There's definitely an element of, like, some people, I think, are going to have such a hard time almost not be able to produce something that someone who is chronically online and in that space can just whip out like that and totally land and do really well. And, like, you can as someone who's older, like study TikTok and go on TikTok and see what's performing well, but not be able to actually replicate that just because you're not in that space and you're not the target audience. So I think being a part of that audience is literally everything and such a selling point, like you said.
Very true. Very true. What
Do you
else?
get imposter syndrome?
I think I used to. So just for context, I'm 26. I'm not like that young anymore, but I still am Gen Z.
You're still young.
Yes, you are.
I think in the beginning, 100%. But I think I've just had so many failures to a point where it's like, okay, I am failing as much as this like 40-year-old who I'm like working at a company for. Like I've worked at companies that have failed.
Yeah.
And it's led by older folks. And so like as soon as I made that realization, it's like I made the realization that nobody actually knows anything. Everybody's just like trying their best to figure it out. And so like why should I treat myself different than somebody older?
Snaps.
Thank you. But I think it also just helps like the fact that like if you do have some successes under your belt, I think it helps 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like with anything with confidence is like put yourself in hard positions, show yourself that you can accomplish things, and then
once you get one thing going, like you get so much more confidence. Like, oh, I've done it before, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't understand this thing, like I figured this thing out, and like it was just as daunting to me then, but then I figured it out, and I'm so good at that then. Like it just kind of snowballs from there, and I think you get so much more confidence.
David Goggins always talks about the cookie jar. He's like, you have to put cookies in your cookie jar to reach, and the cookies are like, I don't know. For him, it's like running like 1,000,000 miles with like 1,000,000 broken bones. But for normal people, that could be like, I don't know, cold approaching a stranger or applying for a job or whatever it may be. And it's like, oh yeah, I can do the hard thing. I can prove to myself that I can do these things, but it just takes that initial push.
It's just practice. Like it's like working a muscle. Like I think there's so many things. Like I used to not be able to take calls. I was so anxious on calls and like presentations. I was so bad. But like I have calls all the time. Like I have client calls.
Yeah, you're
not daily, but like almost daily.
Yeah.
And so like just doing that, I'm like so much more confident, and I feel like I perform so much better, and like and am actually able to answer questions and be confident, give actual valuable responses to people instead of just like saying keywords that I'm like trying to like finish speaking. I think it's just working a muscle. Like you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And you'll get better at it.
I think a lot of people get stuck with the like paralyzing thought of I can't do it. I can't do this thing. But you'll be amazed, you plural, will be amazed at what you really can do. Like maybe you can't do that thing yet, but you just try and you start somewhere, and it might not be the most smooth thing in the world, but eventually down the line you will get there. A lot of times when I'm like doing something hard, I will remind myself like this is the hardest it's ever going to be, and then it'll get easier as it goes. And I think that works for kind of anything that you're trying to do.
Love that.
That's good. And I think also with that, like being a perfectionist is maybe not the best thing.
Yeah.
Because it can stop you. I think what a lot of people don't realize is like you actually don't have to be perfect to do something, and especially when it comes in the context of content creation, it's almost better that it's not perfect, at least for TikTok. You guys agree?
I agree.
So, yeah. So I guess like related to that, any advice to aspiring content creators?
I think that's obviously a super loaded question, and I think the general advice is just post. Like just post. And I've seen so much about this recently on TikTok. I don't know if it's just my feed, but I've seen so much of like just post the content. Like just post 3 times a day. Like the people who get famous, they're not posting 1 video a week, which is definitely true. But I think it goes so much, it's not just quantity of posts. Like you can post 10 times a day.
Do it with intention.
Every single day. But if it's not authentic and nobody really cares.
Yeah.
And nobody would see that and say like, I want to keep up with that person, or this account brings me value of some sort. Like then they're not going to follow you. Like if all of your posts are posting my workout until I get 100 followers, like people aren't, that's not.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Like that's so mean, but like you have things that people will care about.
Okay. So like why should somebody follow you?
Yeah. So I think like there's different niches. You can obviously, and I think the niche of just being someone who people want to be like being that aspirational person is no longer necessarily, I think, attainable. There's too many.
many.
Like the niche of just having a perfect aesthetic life, I think is no longer, because there's 500 people who are probably making better content than you can even start doing. Like, you can't get into that anymore. Definitely, like 5 years ago, you could have that aspirational, like, oh, I want to be like that person. Their life looks so perfect. But like, I don't think that's where we're headed. I think we're headed more towards just regular people. And it maybe not just like regular people, like this is my life, but having something that people want to follow you that they can't get elsewhere. That's really what it is. It's like you're selling something, really. You're selling a product that is yourself. And it has to be something that they can't get elsewhere, that they're not constantly getting the video before or the video after. It has to be something unique. So, I mean, like, tutorials is obviously a huge one. Like, that's very clear value to someone. But I think also just being an authentic light in like the darkness of what's happening that actually comes off as genuine and just like a friend. Like, I think people who make, you know, storytelling content or content where they're just vlogging and people are commenting that it feels like a FaceTime with a friend. Like, I think that's what people are leaning towards most today. And it's not necessarily, let me post this perfect life that's not real.
Yeah.
Because we have enough of that.
People want connection.
We don't want that anymore.
It's a little saturated. And
that's a whole thing of like, people stop following influencers when they become unrelatable and when they start, you know, making millions of dollars and all they're doing is just sitting in their house and getting their nails done and ordering food and like, that's your life. Like, your vlog is, oh, I have to go get my hair done and then I have to go to Erewhon.
It's like, cool.
And then like
fired.
I have to go to dinner with my friends and then like I have a podcast. But like there's enough of that. And so I think it's just authenticity and being a real person. And you can make money and become an influencer and still have relatable things that people want to see. I think it's just when it becomes so like perfect. And I think people are trying to do that because they're imitating what's
they see
largely popular.
What was done before.
Yeah. And
Totally.
I think the move is just make content about what you actually enjoy doing
Yeah.
and like really niching down into that. I think it's so much harder to be just a person that people follow. You kind of have to build your way up there, if that makes sense. Like, start with a niche, whether it's cooking or just workout, stuff like that. And then you can introduce people into your personality. But I think it's really hard to build an influencer following just being like, this is me.
Totally.
This is my life. Like, you have to give people a reason to follow you. So that's kind of roundabout. But to answer the question, I think don't just copy what other people are doing, which is hard to say. Like, it's hard to actually like realize, but find your hobbies or your interests and make content about it. And you can get inspiration from what's doing well. Like, that's what my whole job is like looking at what's trending and what's doing well, but bring it into what you actually care about, because that's what you're going to be able to sustain. Like, you can't sustain just being perfect all the time and getting a matcha and going to the gym.
Right.
And like, that's your life.
Yeah.
I don't think that's sustainable. And I don't think enough people really want to see that right now, because there's so much of it. So I think just authenticity, being yourself, and like not just copying what you're seeing on the For You page.
I want to touch on something I think is super interesting. You said that content creators are essentially salesmen or saleswomen.
Salespeople.
Salespeople, thank you. How you technically are selling something, right? How like, where did you kind of get that mindset from? Or maybe like elaborate a little more on that.
I mean, it's marketing. Like, it's the invention of an influencer. Maybe, I think it obviously did not start out as a way to make money. People just, it became a way to make money, and people do make a lot of money being influencers. But when you post something trying to go viral or trying to build a following, which honestly all of us do, I'd say there's few people who post something and don't care at all how it does. I think that would be kind of naive to say. But your payment is views or follows. Like, that's your currency that you're getting paid in.
Right.
And you're not necessarily getting money at the beginning, especially not at the beginning. But you're selling yourself and you're selling your content. You're putting a piece of content in front of someone and saying like, do you want to buy this?
That's
And
so
their
true. That's so
purchase is
true.
liking it or commenting.
Whoa.
Or
Dude, that's
following.
good.
Whoa,
That's
Anna.
good.
That's really good.
I mean, that's what it is. Like and that makes it sound slimy and gross, I think.
but
but
it's so
it's not.
true.
Like
that's
it's
what it is.
and
you're
if
selling
you boil
yourself.
it down, that's
It's like,
exactly
why should
what
somebody
it is.
buy this from you?
Yeah.
Why should somebody follow you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to become an influencer or just be someone that people look to for whatever content you're making, like you have to have value to them, and that's what an economy is. Like,
Wow. How has like you're an influencer basically, and like you post. On
You are an
TikTok.
influencer.
You're an influencer. How has that shaped? Okay, so like online, you're saying this. You're presenting yourself a certain way. You're seeing how people react to it. How do you think that's changed who you are? Like, because obviously you learn. You're like, okay, people like this aspect about me. People don't like this about me. How has that changed you, and how does that affect you?
Or has it? Has it at
Yeah.
all?
it definitely has. I think
Okay.
just existing on social media has affected all of us.
Yeah,
For better
yeah.
or for worse. And we could get into that like for a whole podcast episode. But I think definitely like it's interesting being able to get so many opinions on something that you're putting out there that you would never, without social media, you'd never be able to get 500 people's opinions on your
a crazy tool.
bangs
It's a crazy
or
tool.
on your outfit or this thing that you made. Like, and I think it's great if it's like I made a crochet top and
Yeah.
like look at it and 500 people comment saying that it's the coolest thing ever. Like that builds you up so much, and I don't think
Totally.
I don't think that's vain to get that
No.
feedback. I think it's great.
Okay, so for example, so we all post PlayKit. Everybody on the PlayKit full-time team posts once a day.
It's a requirement.
Requirement.
Yes.
A great requirement. Honestly, at first I
love
was
it.
very nervous about it, but it's been so fun.
It's honestly really just fun just seeing what other people do.
So sweet.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so sweet. I love to see how everybody expresses themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like the true, not the true, but like it's so interesting to see the parts of everybody's lives that they film, because to them that's like what is top of mind for them. It's just it's really
And it's
sweet.
not related to work at all. It's literally just like what
Exactly.
you want to do.
It's like their outside hobby.
so
Some of it is
awesome.
related to work, but like it's just truly like unfiltered you.
I love it. I
we don't
eat
get
it
to
right
see.
up.
Yeah.
I get it right up.
More companies should do that. Just
Yes.
an
No,
idea.
it's so fun. I mean,
Pro
great
tip.
team bonding, obviously, because now we
Totally.
learn more about each other. But then also, it's like these people now, if you do this for your company, they're learning how TikTok works, learning how marketing works, learning how to sell themselves, learning how to sell a product, and then also just understanding how to market.
Yep.
But yeah, so I have bangs. I've had bangs for 5 years of my life, and they're like kind of my personal brand. There's like, oh, Julia the Bang Girl, which like sometimes I'm like, that is that weird, but whatever. I recently got my bangs trimmed. I also like am the most, not like to be annoying, but like I'm the most low maintenance person ever. Like the last time I got my hair professionally cut was like 4 years ago. Usually my roommate cuts my hair for me. I cut my own bangs. Like that's just how I am. But I'm like, you know what?
it.
I'm going on a podcast. I'm gonna get a professional trim.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a professional trim. I get there 8:30 in the morning. The woman is like not super excited to be there 8:30 in the morning. Super fair. So we're already like not vibing. I'm
Is
like
this
cracking
your
jokes.
stylist? Like
I don't have a stylist. I just
oh yeah,
like,
you just you literally
She
just told me
is
that
her
you
own
don't.
stylist.
I'm my own
Yeah.
stylist. So she's like not stoked to see me. I'm like, that's honestly fair. Like, good morning.
Why is she like this?
I'm like cracking
I think
jokes.
you're
and
giving her
she's
too much
not.
Like what? I would have laughed for
It's 8:30. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm cracking jokes and she's not reciprocating. So I'm like, okay, so we're not on the same wavelength there. Anyways, I sit down in the chair, and I'm like, all I really want is like a very small trim. Like, I'm gonna be on camera. I don't want anything drastic. She's like, how attached are you to the bangs? And I'm like, well, they're my bangs. Like, I don't know what you mean. And she's like, are they like a comfort thing for you? And I'm like, no, like it's just kind of like my hairstyle. She's like, I really think you would look better without them. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just take that right here. It's fine. Anyways, I like suck it up. I'm like, cool. Well, can you just give me a little trim and I'll just get the fuck out of
Be
here.
honest. Were you like hurt when she said that?
You're like, yeah, because it's like the
Okay.
hairstylist lady. Like, she sees so many people's hair. And I'm
Right.
like, fuck, what have I been doing for the last 5 years
I
and
gotta
no
go.
one's told me? Anyways, so then immediately, of course, I make a TikTok to ask our faithful friend, the internet, I'm like, oh, maybe the internet will be like, oh no, Julia, your bangs are so cute.
You wanted some like reassurance.
I wanted some reassurance. I wanted people to be like,
Little detail.
no, you're so cute. Like, I love your bangs so much.
She was wrong, girl. Like, no, she's lying to you.
I've never been so like, people, my video is going viral probably right now. Over 100K views, like thousands of comments of people being like, yeah, that hairdresser was right. Like,
Dude.
Get rid of those bangs immediately. And it was sad. But you know what? Also maybe good because I'm learning.
Dude, good for you for posting that, honestly, man.
And then I tried to like really make I made a bang apology video. I was like, the bangs need to make an apology video. So I made a follow up where I thought the bangs looked better, and people were like, no, girl, like they still look bad.
Dude,
So
you got some
double.
nasty meat.
Double.
That's like that's a great point though. Like you were happy with your bangs. You loved your
I'm
bangs.
gonna grow them out
fully
now.
posted that expecting people to be like, no, like girl, she was just having a bad day. Like, and then now you're growing your bangs out.
But honestly,
which by the way,
it's good.
Your bangs look great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
love the bangs.
But what I was telling Nick, the good thing about hair is I'm going to grow it out because maybe these thousands of people are right. And if I hate it, I can always cut them again.
Very true.
It's
Very
hair.
true.
It grows.
So honestly, I'm going to start asking the internet for more opinions. It's like
I think
crowdsourcing.
it's good. It's good for some things, but also like to your point, I think you can like over manage your life because you're
so true.
constantly getting opinions. This is just like influencer, like life of an influencer,
Yeah.
the dark side of influencing.
Yeah.
But like once you have 1,000 people who are looking at every single thing that you post and every single outfit you put on, you definitely carry that into the real world. And I think
so true.
it falsely inflates like how you think people perceive you because
Yeah.
you're used to getting comments on specific things like, oh my god, those shoes are so cool, what are those shoes? And so I think you, even if it's positive, which is good, but I think you take that and you think that
Everybody's
people that you're
noticing
walking
that. Yeah.
you're passing on the street are like having those same thoughts, which maybe they are, but
For the most part.
you're not walking past thousands of people. Like the average
Yeah.
That's good.
the average
point.
TikTok easily could get 1,000 views. 1,000 views, that's 1,000 people, and then you might pass like 20 people on your walk.
Yeah.
And that's a crowded walk.
Yeah.
And like those people are probably not even looking at you, but I think it overinflates you and your
So
presence
true.
in the world, which probably isn't the best thing. Maybe I mean, I think it's good that you can be confident, but also it can really negatively impact you that you feel like everybody's like, her bangs are so big. Like nobody's thinking that. Like
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
the fact that the video got 100K views, like you're not seeing 100,000 people. Like it just overinflates how big you think your presence is in the world.
Totally.
Sounds sad, but I think it's like that's a real like consequence. I
No,
don't
that's
know.
so true.
Yeah, there's definitely like a disconnect between internet people seeing something and then real life, and people don't have the same opinions that people on the internet have, for instance. But like also you're just not engaging with that many people, and like we aren't as a society, like we haven't been built to be able to reach that many people.
Yeah.
Like our
Right.
beings are not used to being able to, like, this could be broadcast to thousands and thousands of people. Like we're not just having a conversation, you know? Like it's so interesting that you can reach so many people and so many streams of
That you would
feedback
never
and
otherwise
thoughts
see.
and people pinpointing certain things. It makes you, of course, more harsh about yourself, and you notice things that you never would have even noticed just because people pointed it out, for good, for better, for worse. Like it could be good things too, but I just think it's interesting, like you really inflate how you're viewed, and you feel so much bigger, even though really
Totally.
we're like just little specks in
Totally.
the world.
That is so interesting to think about. I
Yeah.
never thought about that. So you can have a stance on this, and if you don't want to, it's fine. But would you say it's a pretty risky like line to play if you want to build a brand like based on like something about yourself, like feature wise? Like maybe don't suggest doing that because it could lead to like really bad things.
You mean
Like you're my bangs?
for your
Yeah,
like
like
you become the bangs girl?
yeah, like would it be a good idea for Julie to like lean into that and like just become the bangs girl?
I mean, for marketing purposes or for her mental health?
Yeah,
is the
that's
question.
such a good
But
point.
for marketing purposes, it'd probably do well.
Okay.
But for your own for your personal brand, I don't think you want to be known as
there
bangs
was
girl.
that like girl who had that like it ended up being like a fake birthmark or something on her face.
Scar girl.
Scar girl. And I think
Hashtag
it was
scar
fake.
girl.
Hashtag
It was
scar girl.
fake. I think when TikTok got deleted, there was a whole trend of like it was fake, like exposing yourself because the app's getting deleted anyway, and she exposed that it was indeed fake. It was like it would change every single video.
What?
Like it would move. It was very clearly like eyeshadow that she just. It's just so bizarre, but yeah, but like I wouldn't want to be, and I'm sure she does not want to be known as Scar Girl.
Yeah,
but she leaned into it, but yeah, I don't think that would be good for your own personal brand or mental health.
Totally.
But I mean, marketing, of course, it's going to do well. She's known as Scar Girl, and she became a whole trend. There were so many people just talking about Scar Girl and the whole conspiracy of like there's being a person that people can identify based on a feature is so like marketed, like that's so trendy on TikTok. People are always talking like the lady who was convinced, I don't know if you guys know this, she was convinced that her therapist was in love with her, and she did like a 100-part series, and she's Kendra the therapist, like she's Kendra with the therapist. That is what she's known as. And that's so like to your point, I mean it's great if you want to go viral and you want to become literally an entity based on whatever feature or thing that happened to you. But I think for actually building a brand, and if you actually want to like be you on social media, I don't think that I would recommend that.
That is so interesting. It's because the internet is so wide and so broad, but people want to have a common experience, so they have to boil you down to like the most outstanding thing they can in order for it to be relatable to other people. The question is, how do you actually do that when you are trying to market a product or as a brand? And I think brands that do that well are the ones that stand out.
Definitely.
It's really interesting.
Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about, maybe the things that people don't realize that come with becoming an influencer or content creator. Like, I think everybody on the internet sees like all the pros. It's super cool. You make a lot of money. You can travel. A lot of free time. But I think there's also a lot of ugly stuff that come with it. Whether it's in regards to, maybe it is finances, maybe it is like mental health, maybe it is relationships. Is there anything that kind of comes to mind with you that maybe most people don't realize or even think about that they should truly consider if they want to get into the space?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, mental health aspect is, I think everybody at this point knows, like, social media does have negative impacts on your mental health.
Totally.
Absolutely. Becoming an influencer can have negative impacts on your mental health. So I'm not even going to get into that because I think that's just...
It's known.
That's just a fact. But yeah, I think it can impact, like, every aspect of your life beyond just your mental health. Like, your enjoyment of life. When influencing, which people definitely do influencing as a creative outlet. Like I don't want to sound like I'm just saying you post things to go viral. Some people literally post things to document things that they're making and get a couple people liking them and sharing their own makes and things like that. Like I think that's great. And once that becomes your source of income and you're relying on other people's approval of what you're posting and how you look and the content that you're making, when you're relying on that for your income, for your livelihood, I think that can get really harmful.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you mess up, if you do something wrong, not even getting into like just videos don't do well, but like if you did something wrong, like your whole career could be completely over.
Yeah.
But also like if people just stop being interested in you, your livelihood's gone. That's the fickleness of social media. Like people can become irrelevant in an instant. Like, and especially with with influencers being so saturated right now, people are just hopping from one to the next. It's very rare that an influencer remains in the public eye, super prevalent, talked about for more than a year, truly. Yeah. And so like, I think a lot of people, they make a lot of money and they expect that to carry on for the rest of time because they just are getting so much money and everybody's talking about them, and then it dries up, and then what else do you have? So I think like that's like when you, and this works for anything, but when you something that you love, something that's an outlet for you, and that becomes your sole source of income, I think that can be so stressful, and you kind of lose your spark for that. And when you lose your spark for that, people stop wanting to watch.
Yeah, that's so true.
It just like kind of is this like cyclical thing where it can be really hard to stay enthusiastic about content creation when that's the one thing that you need to do well to make a living and to survive and to afford this apartment, especially if like your nice apartment is the reason that people follow you. Like it's completely
That's really
cyclical. It's like that can be so stressful, I'm sure, in feeling like you literally have to do everything perfect if that's your job. And the way that these people think about you and whether or not they like you this day is like, are you going to pay rent this month?
Yeah,
So
wow.
I think like that's obviously huge. I think also just the like when you become an influencer, you kind of, depending on your niche, you kind of feel the need for lifestyle ones specifically. You kind of have to film everything that you do or take pictures of everything that you do. And so you kind of lose just doing things. You kind of, I think there's a disconnect between why am I actually doing this? Am I going to this coffee shop because I want to do work and, you know, decompress and meet people? Or am I just doing this so I can take a picture of my matcha and like have an Instagram post?
Yeah.
And like with people wanting to become influencers, they're just doing things to like go take pictures of themselves. And that's kind of like, you can lose your spark for life and the reason that you do anything fun because
it's not for you
you're
anymore.
not doing you're not doing it for you. You're not doing it to build community, to meet people or have fun, whatever. You're doing it for content. And that goes back into like, this is your job. Is it even something you enjoy anymore?
Okay. Like, I guess my question too is, it sounds like being an influencer has a lot of cons, but there can be money to be made. Is there a world where you maybe don't have to be an influencer to make money and still be a content creator?
I mean, absolutely. Like UGC content creation, like that is organic content. And honestly, it's so interesting that videos that go viral on TikTok, it's not unheard of for someone to have a viral video. Like everybody here, anybody who posts on TikTok probably has a viral video. If you're consistent with it enough, you will.
Yeah.
Like we've been posting every day. Like you already have a viral video. So like having virality, I think, and this goes into like the overinflated ego or presence in people's minds, like it really doesn't mean that much. So you can have a ton of eyes on things and be making money from that, obviously with UGC or, you know, paid posts, things like that. You can get a ton of eyes on stuff and convert for a brand, which can lead to a lot of money for you without it actually turning you into a figure that people are, you know, putting on this pedestal and looking at every single thing that you do and it coming with all of those side effects. I think there's definitely an element of having influence without being an influencer and still being able to reap the benefits of having that influence and being able to make content that goes viral without being an influencer and, you know, ruining your mental health and feeling like you're losing your life because it's just content creation. So I think that's a great point. Like there's UGC like gigs and things that you can do to tap into marketing knowledge and just Gen Z TikTok knowledge, and you can have videos go viral and you can make a lot of money from it, but you're not an Alex Earl where people are like necessarily, I want to really keep up with her stuff, you know? And that's, a lot of people probably would prefer that because I think it's glamorous to think of the influencer life, but in reality, I think most influencers probably have days where they wish that they could just make the influencer money without having to deal with people like stalking them or like judging everything they do. Like there's so many like things that I haven't even mentioned that I don't even know because I'm not like, I don't have millions of followers and stuff.
Totally, yeah.
Like there's so many things that come with that. And again, you can, if you're making content for brands and it's more of a marketing thing for you.
It's like a tool.
Yeah. Then it's not my life is dedicated to me filming everything and
it's just your face, not your livelihood.
It's just you are like an actor.
Exactly.
Basically.
That's a good way to look at it.
Like you can still have your life on the side and you can still post on social media, but it doesn't have to be, you can still have a huge impact without being an influencer, which I think is really, really big.
Can you explain for anybody that doesn't know, like, what is UGC?
Yeah. So UGC is user generated content, and basically it's meant to feel organic. So it's supposed to feel like you literally, a user generated the content. It's not an ad. It's not a paid post. It's not something that people see and immediately are like scrolling through. It feels like a friend showing another friend something that they found. And the goal obviously is that it feels real and organic and not like what we're so accustomed to scrolling past and just literally blocking out. Like if I hear an ad, like my brain, I think blocks it out. It's not even intentional anymore. So I think that's what user generated content is. I don't know if you have any other thoughts.
No, I think that totally makes sense. Like in practice, what does that actually look like if you're working with a brand? Like how
So I think like what's common today and what we really focus in on is ambassador programs. So you have a dedicated TikTok account where you're posting for this brand, for this app or product, whatever.
So it's a brand new TikTok.
Completely untethered to your
personal
social media. Which
can even be a different name.
Yeah, you can literally be whoever you want. It's just your face, if that even is necessary for it. But you are basically just talking to people like a real person, and that's the thing with our UGC especially is like it's so Gen Z focused that you literally can just make content that's so informal and would never like be on the TV that your dad's watching on the news. Like it would never be that, but it's reaching who you are and who you want it to reach, which is Gen Z. And it comes off so organic and you're just talking to a friend. You're recommending this app that you found and you're not, showing the app in this perfectly poised position with this perfect background. Like it's just, I found this app, like it lets you do this. It's so cool. And that's how you sell things today because people are so fatigued from seeing sponsored posts of like showing the skincare products that I don't actually use. Like they're so sick of that. And seeing something that is so polished and someone is clearly reading a script that was given to them by a marketing team who's in their 40s, let's be honest. Like it's so easy to spot and it doesn't convert for the brand. Yeah. Because people are so conditioned to just scroll past that. Like why would they want to watch that or to listen to what you had to say? Because it's so clear that you're just being paid to say line after line.
Yeah. I feel like consumers are starting to catch on to like the traditional UGC style of content that we used to make and now we're having to get a little bit more creative. How do you see it going? Like, how will we have to continue to be more authentic so consumers don't feel like it's an ad?
I mean, I think the way that the traditional, like, hook and demo, for example, content where it's literally shocked face, like, no way, I found this app that blah, 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 and then you show a demo of the app. That's kind of the bare minimum. And that used to work, and that's it still does sometimes. But like you said, people can tell that that's sponsored because it's become the new like ad. And so I think the same way that evolved from ads, new formats will evolve from that. And so I think it all comes from what's trending and what is currently existing in the organic social media space. And so that's always changing. And so I think I don't have like an exact specific format because it's always changing and it will continue to change. But I think the more high effort you can get with it is definitely key. And, like you said, now that pretty much every UGC agency or anyone doing UGC content is doing this hook and demo where the demo is the same like pre-filmed demo video that they're just putting on different hooks. That can be replicated so easily. And so it's more widely seen. And so since more people are seeing it, it's, easily clocked. And so to get around that, you have to put more effort into videos and you have to make it harder for people to imitate that. So there's less of that format out there in the UGC space. So, I mean, things like talking videos, of course, and even that's getting saturated too. Like it's just the more creative videos can get, the more high effort you can get with them. Bringing other people into videos is something that's really big because that's kind of a big ask, especially if, you're not paying them. You're the one getting paid. I think a lot of people that do content with other people are just, it's their friend.
Yeah.
But I think like working into that and being able to have other people and the literal social proof of someone else, two people showing this app, and it's not just one person who's like clearly getting paid by like doing a shocked face. And even like you can get into like AI is starting to make like shocked face demos, like do things that AI can't do. Like
Totally.
you just have to
things
keep
that AI can't do. I like
Stay
that.
ahead of AI.
you have to stay ahead of AI. You have to stay ahead of other apps and people who are catching on to this hook and demo or other formats that are easy to replicate. You just have to keep iterating and look at what is trending online.
Yeah.
That's what this started out as. Like people would do kind of hook and demo type videos. That's where
That's so true.
came from.
Yeah.
But then that became like, oh, this feels like an ad now because I've seen it 20 times for different apps. And then you just have to iterate on like what are people doing other than that? Like what other formats? And I don't know that that means necessarily like a different type of video and that it's a slideshow post or a talking video. I think it's just how you're implementing things. Like I said, like having a friend in the video and like just putting more effort. I think that's what it is making it harder for other people to imitate it and replicate it, because as soon as other people can easily do the same thing, then it becomes the new standard for a UGC ad type video. And then you have to iterate off that. And I think that's how it's going to work naturally. Like whatever comes out as the next like natural organic thing will eventually probably not be. And you have to iterate off of that. That's just like how it works. And that's how like trend cycles work.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always something new that you can take from and like turn into a branding element.
Yeah, I think TikTok, the brand, the company itself is trying to double down so much on their own monetization model when it comes to like TikTok Shop and like, I don't know, they have a ton of other like influencer programs and whatnot, that people are so fatigued and tired and upset with the fakeness that now TikTok content is starting to lean, how authentic can we be? My hypothesis is that it's kind of like the new Snapchat story, right? Where it's like you're with your friends, someone's doing something funny, you whip out your phone really quickly, film it on TikTok in the TikTok app, and you post it. Maybe it has a caption, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you have hashtags, maybe it doesn't. But it's so like, this is just what's happening in my daily life. But now it's getting very, very hard for brands to replicate that. So you need you need a team of people who can really spot and create and craft these organic moments that would look natural on camera and on socials. But yeah, it's very interesting to see how the more we push, the more consumers are pulling away. So I think it's always, people, I think sometimes forget to keep the consumer like psyche in mind.
Yeah. I mean, it's natural that the more people feel like something's being sold to them, they will run in the opposite direction. I mean, like, I think the whole like war on cigarettes, like they eventually got cigarettes to people to stop smoking because they told them that like these people are like preying on you. They're playing into the fact that you're gonna like fall for this marketing scheme of theirs. And then as soon as they like expose that, people are like, wait, I don't want to be played. So like people will naturally avoid being played in any way or sold to or feeling like they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's kind of getting around that. Like, that's what marketing is. You can't get around that. Like, you're trying to get people to buy something.
Totally.
And so it's always just finding what's trending and iterating on that. And that, like you said, takes someone who is, in the trenches and just Gen Z, someone who is online naturally in their free time, because it's not just something that you can, like, log on to TikTok during your 9 to 5 and see, like, what's on the For You page. Like, you have to be ingrained in the community of TikTok and what's trending, and like scrolling through TikTok before bed. Like, as bad as it sounds, like that's what it takes for being able to spot these trends and things. And
how you can exist there. Yeah. For somebody who wants to take their like chronic onlineness and turn it into a career, how do you recommend that they take that, what they experience when they're being online, into actual strategy when they're pushing brands or when they're making content? What is that kind of process from consumer to creator in the sense for a company?
I think there's there's definitely a process of seeing something on TikTok, and obviously it's viral. You can see that that's a fact, but actually being able to analyze it and say, why is this viral? Is it the person? Is the person just, like really attractive or really funny, or like they have some feature that's really interesting, or the way they talk, or like, is it the person or is it the format? And the format is where you can strike gold and actually like make a good piece of content for a brand. And so I think that's honestly just a skill. And I think it comes with consuming online content and actually being in the weeds and posting it yourself and seeing what does do well and actually being able to test these things out. And so I think as far as actually taking strategy from things, do that. Look at a video and say, why did this go viral? Look at the actual text that's being used. Look at things like, how is the text on the page? Like super minute things like that all come together, I think.
Yeah.
And like, how long is the video? Like there's analytical things you can look at like that, but also just how does the video feel? What are the people in the comments saying? Are people, heavily agreeing with this person? Is it more controversial? Is it doing well because it's more controversial? Like usually videos do well because of engagement in the comments. Like that's no surprise. So like, how did they do it? And how can you convert that to a brand? So I think it really is having that mindset. It's not necessarily something that you can just teach someone. I think it comes from being online and literally just looking at videos and actually just flipping that switch of, why is this viral? And not just passively consuming content, but actually looking at what made this video come up on my For You page, what made all of these people comment on it or save it, like what actually boosted it. And then if I wanted to do this with XYZ app, then how could I do that in a similar way without it coming off as an ad?
Yeah.
And that's the golden, like that's the question that everybody's trying to crack. But I think that's just, you kind of literally just have to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to experiment with your own content. I think most people who are in the UGC space have some sort of their own personal content creation stuff, because that's like how you get there. I think you can't make super successful content if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
You have to practice. And I would say a lot of our creators, again, you don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to have a ton of followers. You don't have to have any followers, but just, I think the process of actually making content and seeing what does do well and being able to test that stuff on your own content gives you the tools and the baseline of like, how do I actually take this to a client? And then, the strategy comes from there. But I think that's where you have to start.
I also just want to make a call out that if you're a CMO, if you're a founder that's trying to get into marketing an app, this is a head strategist who has done this like again and again for multiple campaigns. I don't know how many campaigns do you think you've been on now?
I don't know. That's a great question.
She's in charge of over 500 million views.
You're not wrong. Okay. She has done over 500 million views. You're not wrong. And so this is some gold that Anna is spitting.
Stop.
No, it's good.
Stop
No, this is really
it.
good. Okay, so let's play a little hypothetical game here. We're going to give you an app. It'll just be a random app. Walk us through. It could be as high level or as detailed as you want. Just like, how would you go about the process of doing the research, finding the viral format, finding the script, and then actually like posting it? You down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so here's the app. Basically, it is an app tailored towards men that can help them get taller.
Okay. That's it.
That is it. That's all I'm going to give you.
So I think I'll just explain like my process, how
Totally.
I would put this together.
Let's do
And
it.
obviously this would not be done in like 30
10
seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
But so first thing I would do, and this kind of goes off of what you were saying, is just I am online and I'm aware of what's trending and what lands and what people like to see. So just kind of using that. That's not really a step in the process, but like that is a big part of it. So I can't ignore that. But using that knowledge, and then also I would actually go on to the niche, whatever, that's a super like small niche, I think. But it's also not like guys wanting to be taller. And look at pain points. Look at what they're saying. Just look at like kind of what this app should be doing when they're building the app. What pain points are we solving for? And if they have that they can give us, then great. But look into it yourself and see like what are people saying about wanting to be taller, and what are their thoughts? What are they trying? Like, get into the mind of who you're trying to reach. That's
Totally.
the first step in anything.
Makes sense.
So I do that and then see, is there any content already on TikTok related to height and wanting to be taller? And see, like, is there a way that I could look at some of these formats and some of these high performing videos that are on TikTok already in this niche.
Organically.
So I know it's doing well, but then I can add some sort of mention of this app. And then like a format that I specifically like came to mind to try is just this is like a really obviously emotional
Subject.
pain point. Like
Totally.
people like can be really, really self-conscious about that. It's something that you literally can't change. So if there's an app that says that they can change that, like people are going to cling on to that. So I think I would do super, super authentic, just sitting down, someone telling their story and like really getting into the minds of like, I am in the same shoes as you and I, struggled with XYZ, like being a short king and wanting to be a tall king. And this is how I did it. And literally getting into the minds of someone who you're trying to reach, which is always the goal in any marketing, but specifically talking to those people in an organic way. And I think like we wouldn't do like I found this app that lets you grow 2 inches. Like that wouldn't work. You have to actually appeal to what these people are already looking up on TikTok, what the niche already looks like, but also just like how they feel and actually like take a walk in their shoes literally and like pretend to be that person and then show them that there's a solution to these pain points and do it in such an organic, natural way that, again, what we've been saying, like it feels truly like you're talking to someone on FaceTime and you are giving your friend real advice that doesn't come off as I'm trying to sell you something. It comes off as I'm literally trying to help you. This thing helped me so much. And I would really nail into like the emotional side of it because there's such an emotional aspect of I'm short and I'm like self-conscious about it. And
it's an
like
insecurity.
it's a huge insecurity. And so like something like that, I would get into that insecurity and dig deep in that and actually look into the mindset of like, what do these people think? And I would go beyond just TikTok. I go to Reddit like all the time to see thoughts. Like Reddit is full of people's unfiltered thoughts about something and they're so honest and you can be so specific. And when someone sees something that is so specific that it feels like you took a walk in their mind and posted it on the internet, like they are going to be so much more interested in whatever you're pushing to them because they feel like you are in their brain.
Like the video is meant just for them.
Like it, the more personalized you can feel or you can make them feel, like we have a period tracker that we work with and making content that's like about like your missed period. Like I missed my period in July and everybody's like, how did you know? Like who put this on my For You page? And it's like it's not that like it's not that crazy of a thing, but like people see that and feel so seen in it. It's immediately like, wait, this connects to me so much. And so I think anything that's so relatable and that someone's going to see and feel like it's a For You page, like it's a page. This is for me, and feeling like there's someone out there that struggled with this exact same pain point, this is exact same insecurity as me, and then they fixed it. Like I'm going to listen to whatever you have to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's my answer is super deep storytelling, very emotional, deep pain points, really like getting into the mind of who you're trying to reach.
So like super tactically real quick, you're opening TikTok. What are you like searching up? Like what are some of the keywords, for example?
I'm looking up short king.
Okay,
I'm
short
looking
king.
up how to be taller because if someone's looking up how to be taller, then you'd want this video to pop up as a solution. And look up like I would like try and find videos of guys just like talking about their stories with like people making fun of them being short, things like that, like super storytelling stuff that isn't necessarily even asking for a solution. Because a lot of people don't think that there's an app that could make you taller. They don't think that there is a solution. So you don't necessarily have to go looking for people who are saying how to be taller to reach those people. You want to do more like top of funnel, like people who are short and who are insecure about it. Here's a solution. People don't even know that there's a solution to this problem or this pain point that they have.
Okay. And so you're looking at the video, you're looking at the actual content, but you're also looking at the comments.
Yeah, I think comments are like a huge indicator, for more insights into what people who are consuming content on TikTok are thinking and feeling, and you can pull things from that and take insights from there about things that you want to address that maybe the video they commented on completely got wrong, or like you can get so much insights from comments on a video even if the video is not the best.
Right.
And also just see like what people are saying, what kind of content are people tagging their friends in, what kind of content are people saving for later, like stuff like that. I definitely would look at comments.
Okay. Cool. And so then you're taking basically like the caption, the content, even like the format that the videos are getting filmed, and then basically just thinking like, how can I take all of this, plug in an app or a mention or a screenshot or whatever it is, and then essentially do like the problem solution play.
Yeah, I would appeal to pain points, and more than that, I would like to have as many people testing slight variations of that as possible, which is so huge because, you know, you can't just test, even just having multiple people do it and having multiple faces be the face of this solution. You never know like which one person has the look that people are gonna really appeal to, or someone like looks really short. This is awful, but like I hate this example. I feel awful, but like someone who like just has the look or has the ability to like reach people deeply, or even just like having creators who can add a little bit of a twist on something can open up a door to something that you didn't even realize there was a niche for, because there wasn't even a niche for this on TikTok. So you couldn't even discover this in your research, but having kind of these feelers put out and be able to like start all of these little roots and see what sticks and then kind of iterate off of that after the fact, I think that's huge. And that's obviously you start with strategy, which is what I described, but a lot of it comes down to actually testing and seeing what works. Yeah. What did people really, really lock in on, and what did people like not really care about? You get rid of that, and then you iterate off of what did actually work.
Totally. Okay, so I'm curious around like the truth, or like maybe like the things that people don't talk about around when it comes to content creation and being in a relationship. Is there anything you can touch on around like how being in a relationship affects your content creation career, or anything in between? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think when you're in a relationship, like that person is probably the person who you value their opinion more than most people, maybe anyone else in the world. And so if you are like trying to get into content creation and that person isn't supportive of it, and maybe they're making fun of it or judging it, or like don't truly believe in you, that's not really a person you want on your team. You should be with someone who will support you in anything that you're excited about, and they should be excited about it too and want to help you. But I think like especially if you're in a situation where someone is at all judging you or making you feel like you're doing something stupid or that you're embarrassing them.
Totally.
Like they should never, that should never be something that holds you back. So I think like that's very common. And I've sometimes felt like in past relationships, like maybe that I was doing something like stupid. Like I got imposter syndrome, like just from doing what I wanted to do sometimes, because I felt like I was being judged or held back. Totally. And like this person like is embarrassed of me doing this thing that I'm really excited about. And like, I feel like a burden for wanting to film this little like cute little video. And I understand like wanting to be in the moment, but I think there's an element of like, if this is something that excites you, then your partner should be even more excited about it. Like they should not feel, you should never feel burdened by something that's exciting to you. And getting excited to like get all cute to film a video should not be a point of tension in your relationship. And it should not, that person should not come to you saying, why are you getting all cute? Like, who are you getting all cute for? That's obviously like something that should not hold you back. And if that is something, like, do not allow it to. And that's probably not a situation you should be in. So I think there's a broader
hurdle.
What did you say?
Springboard or hurdle? That's what I think about.
What does that mean?
Yeah, like, is somebody like springboarding you and like lifting you up and helping you get,
friction point,
or are they a blocker?
Yeah, like your partner should not be your number one op.
Oh, definitely. You should not feel like you have to like tiptoe in any way. You
or
should,
even like defend yourself.
Yeah, right. For doing something that you want to do. Like, I recently went through a breakup, and the biggest like change in my career and the most growth I've ever seen in my career has happened almost as a result of that. And not like really thoughtfully, but just like, I think once you are your own cheerleader and you don't have someone who's maybe like holding you back and making you feel like you're doing something stupid or you can't do it, or, it's not worth your time, or you're hurting your relationship by doing this. Once that's out of the picture, like, you literally just focus on yourself. And I've had the most growth in my career and just in my life because of that. And so I think, to go back to the question, like, don't let anybody make you think that you're stupid or you're embarrassing yourself. I think there's so much talk online about, posting things and feeling like everybody in your hometown's talking about you. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the thing is, like, everybody will talk about you until it actually is successful and you actually are making more money than them. Sitting in your room filming content, and then it's jealousy, and then they're asking for a PlayKit referral because they want to do what you're doing. So I think, like, don't let people's opinions hold you back, especially if they're someone who you like can choose to have in your life. Why would you choose to have that in your life?
That's good. That is really good.
I like it.
No, that's dope. And so you just graduated, full-time job, making bank, gonna move across the country. Maybe it sounds
potentially.
It sounds like life's maybe not too bad right now.
Yeah, things are good, and like so much growth happens, I think, in crazy times and big life changes. Like, why not? Go for it. Literally, what's the worst that could happen?
Well said. Okay. Well, Anna, do you want to plug any socials, accounts?
Sure.
People, whatever you want.
You guys can follow me on YouTube. If you like crochet related content, it's just Anna Greene on YouTube, and my TikTok and Instagram are crochet by AG. So it's very niche, but if you happen to be interested in that, that is there for you.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys. Woo! This was so much fun.
So fun.